Oh, no, things can't be that bad.
Can't they? That's how much you know. She's getting to be a real problem. I can't take much more of it, Al. I just can't.
Well, she's your mother. I don't see why you can't get along with her.
We used to get along fine, you know that. Before Dad died, they had a place of their own. Everything was just fine. And she's been living with us. I don't know. Sometimes you think it was her house, the way she's after me all day, telling me how to cook and clean and interfering with the way I handle a kid.
I still think you're making too much of it. You're tired, all worn out. Look, it won't be long before we take our holidays.
Our holidays? What do we do with Mother? Take her with us like last year? Some holiday with her and the kids both. Look, Al. She's 72 years old. There's nothing for her to do anymore. That's the trouble. She wants to help in the kitchen. Okay, so I let her. She breaks 2 or 3 dishes a day. Her hand, she can't hold on to things anymore, and she won't admit it.
Well, what do you want me to do? Every night lately, that's all we talk about. Every night. What do you want me to do?
I want you to help me think of something. That's what I want.
Keep down, will you? She'll hear.
She'll sleep. Only we could afford to get her a place of her own.
Well, we can't. I know that. Besides, we'd be worrying about her all the time, wondering if she was okay.
We need a room, too. I've been putting it off, but all the kids. Ruthie's getting too old to be in a room with Brian. We ought to have another bedroom.
Oh, sure. We'll buy a bigger house, one of those fancy places up in Rosedale.
You needn't be sarcastic.
Oh, what do you want me to do? I like your mother. I didn't kick when she moved in here, did I?
Oh, I know, Al. You've been swell. It's only that if she had some friends where she'd go every once in a while, she wasn't around all the time getting in my hair.
Okay, Lois, what should we do? Put her in some kind of private home? But you do want her out of the house. That's what you've been trying to say.
No. All right, yes. It's not that I don't love her, Al. I do.
Well, there's that old folks home here in town. You know the one I mean, over on Christie Street.
Are you telling me to put my mother in an institution?
I'm not telling you anything. But you said yourself we need the room. Besides, she's lonesome here. She never sees anybody but us. If she could just be with people her own age, maybe...
I won't do it. I won't put her in a place like that.
What are you going to do then? Beef at me every night? Guy can get awful tired of that.
You act like it's all up to me, like it's all my problem.
I didn't say that. But she is your mother.
You're right. I'll talk to her. I don't know what I'll say, but I'll talk to her. Gotta do something, don't I? Coffee, Mother?
I wouldn't mind a little bit, dear.
I'll get it. You sit still, I'll get it.
No, Lois. If you just put a pinch of salt in the coffee when you make it, the way I've been telling you.
Nothing wrong with the coffee, Mother?
Oh, no, it's fine. Father always loved good coffee. He used to say, day's not worth living if you don't start off with a good cup of coffee. If I happen to forget the salt.
Mother.
What is it, dear?
Nothing. What are you going to do today?
Do? Hadn't really thought.
Such a pretty day. Why don't you take a walk in the park? Or maybe go downtown to the stores?
I don't know. Going out alone. Besides, this is the day you do your thorough cleaning, isn't it? I thought I might help.
Thanks, but...
I'd like to help, dear, really.
I know you would, Mother, but...
But you're afraid I might break something.
Mother...
I know my hands aren't so strong since I've been getting these attacks of arthritis, but I guess I can still...
Mother, listen, I've got to talk to you. It's very important.
All right.
I don't exactly know how to start.
It's about the home, isn't it? The one on Christie Street.
How?
I heard you and Al talking last night.
Oh.
I wish I hadn't, but I did. I cried myself to sleep.
Oh, Mother.
For a while I was very angry with you. I kept thinking my own daughter wants to turn me out. Then I couldn't be angry anymore. I was just frightened.
Mother, if I could just make you understand.
I understand very well. I'm just not wanted around here anymore.
It's not that at all.
Don't think I don't appreciate what you and Al did, taking an old woman in your home.
But we wanted you here. We still want you. It's just that there's not enough space.
And I get in your hair. Oh, maybe I do. I had my own place so long it's a little hard not to. To you, Lois, I'm an old woman, but I don't feel old. Your father's gone and so have a lot of our friends. But I don't feel like going into a home and sitting in a rocker waiting to die.
If only we could afford to set you up in a place of your own.
Do you want me to go to the home?
It's not a matter of wanting. If we only had another room.
Do you want me to go?
Why do you make it so tough for me? Okay. I'm sorry you heard what Al and I said. But you did. So now you know what the situation is.
Well, I guess I don't have much choice, do I?
I don't think we have to worry Mother with a lot of papers, Miss Raymond. I'll be glad to sign anything you want me to.
I'm afraid you don't quite understand, Mrs. Gibson. We can't consider admitting your mother unless she applies herself. Are you willing to make application, Mrs. Turner?
I'll do whatever Lois wants.
Mother.
I think I should tell you at the outset that there is quite a long waiting list for the lodge. Could be quite a while before your mother is admitted.
Well, how long a while, Miss Raymond?
Are you so anxious to get rid of me, Lois?
Mother, I'm only trying to make plans.
It depends on the decision of the board. They meet and discuss each application. There's an average wait of 3 to 4 months, unless your mother happens to be sick. And I hardly think that applies to you, Mrs. Turner.
I feel very well indeed outside of a little arthritis in my hands.
Yes, of course.
We'll look after everything, Miss Raymond. I appreciate your coming over.
Oh, not at all. Mrs. Turner, when you've made application, we'll let you know, depending on the result of your medical examination.
There's not a thing wrong with me, young lady. Only what I told you. Little arthritis in my hands. Makes me drop a dish or two.
It'll only be a routine medical examination. Well,
Miss Raymond, there were a couple of other things I wanted to ask you about. Mother, would you mind?
Not a bit. I'll go to my room.
Just for a minute, Mother. Oh, dear. I've hurt her feelings again. I have to be so careful these days. Everything I say seems to... Well, Miss Raymond, I wanted to ask you how things work in the home. I mean, will my mother be able to have a private room?
I'm afraid not. Unfortunately, most of our accommodations are in dormitories.
Dormitories? You mean a lot of people sleeping in one room?
Oh, I wish things were different, Mrs. Gibson. We're not at all happy about the situation. But, you see, our facilities are so limited. We have so many people to take care of. We hope things will change. We're planning several new homes with adequate quarters.
I don't know how my mother will take to that. She's used to having her own room.
We'll do everything we can to make her comfortable.
Are you tired of clicking through the commercials? Watch commercial free on Patreon. The link is below this video in the description box. And now back to the show.
Come on, loosen your touch. That'll too far. I'll take it easy.
Well, Mrs. Turner, you're right on time. Please sit down. How are you feeling?
Not so well today. My arthritis is acting up and I've got a pain in my stomach.
You sure you're not just a little nervous? I'll bet you are. You don't have to be, really. Won't you sit down, Mrs. Gibson?
No, I don't think so. Mother,
Yes, Lois.
you're not still angry with me, are you?
I never was, dear.
But you were. You said you were. You're not still, are you? I've got to know. Mrs. Gibson, I wish I could make her understand, Miss Raymond. I don't want to get rid of her. It's not like she thinks it is at all. I just...
Lois, you're making a fool of yourself.
Can't help the way I feel, can I? I didn't realize till I walked through that corridor. Leaving Mother here with all those strange people.
All those strange people.
Turn out to be your mother's best friends. Mother... I think it would be better if you left your mother and me alone for a while. We'd like to get her settled as soon as possible. Yes, of course. You can come and visit her any time at all after today. We'll keep in touch with you in any case. I'm sorry, Miss Raymond, to be acting this way. Mother's right. I am making a fool of myself. We all have emotions, don't we? You're sure she'll be all right here? You're sure? I'm sure. Goodbye, Mrs. Gibson. We'll see you soon. Yes.
The foolish girl. She worked so hard to get me here, now she's ready to cry about it. I guess that's human nature, isn't it, young lady?
Something like that. Well, we're all ready for you, Mrs. Turner. You're going to be on the 4th floor. I'll phone up and let them know you're here.
Young lady. Yes? I hated to see my daughter go out that door.
You're going to be all right, Mrs. Turner. Believe me. 4th floor, please. This is one of our sitting rooms in here. We have radio and television. Do you like television, Mrs. Turner?
My husband used to say he could take it or leave it alone. I guess that's the way I feel.
Now, this will be your bed, Mrs. Turner.
Could I help you to unpack? Please, couldn't I do my own unpacking?
Why, of course. It's nearly lunchtime. Would you like to leave it until after lunch?
Aren't you going to introduce me to the lady?
Well, yes, Mrs. Turner, this is Mrs. Godfrey. And Mrs. Godfrey is one of our favorite guests. She has been with us 6 years.
7?
You've been here 7 years.
Yes, dear.
How can you stand it so long?
Mrs. Godfrey, would you take Mrs. Turner to lunch with you when you go?
It'll be a pleasure.
Thank you, and I'll see you later then, Mrs. Turner.
Have they assigned you a seat in the dining room yet, dear?
No, not yet.
Well, there's a vacant place next to me. Oh, Mrs. Williams has been after it, but I don't like her so much. Let's go down and see if we can arrange for you to sit there.
I don't know why they serve string beans like this. They're hardly cooked. Well, they're cooked perfectly. They are not. They're raw. That shows all you know. Vegetables are only supposed to be cooked a few minutes. Well, maybe that was the way you did at your house. We didn't care for our food raw. That's right.
Oh, yes. I'm just not hungry, that's all.
Of course. You're bound to feel a little strange the first day. You see that lady over there? She's a lovely person, Mrs. Gary is. Would you believe it? She's married 3 husbands. Oh, but she's not through yet. You know, she always says when she can't sleep, she doesn't count sheep. She counts her romances. Mrs. Gary, I'd like to have you meet Mrs. Turner. She just arrived this morning.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Turner? Welcome to Lambert Lodge.
Thank you.
Have you met any gentlemen yet? I'll be glad to introduce you.
Will you introduce Mrs. Turner to your gentleman?
Not just yet, Mrs. Godfrey. Not till I've known him a little while longer. She's too pretty.
How's your romance coming along?
Oh, very nice. Very nice. But you know what I did this morning? I was in the craft shop, working on one of those toy rabbits, you know. Well, I guess I had my mind on my gentleman friend more than on my work. Because all of a sudden I looked down at the rabbit, and guess what I did? I sewed the ears onto the tail.
When's he going to propose, Mrs. Gary?
Who knows? Men are such strange creatures. But if he doesn't,
There's always someone else. A woman's a fool if she can't get a man in this place. Why do we have to have baked apples? This is the second time this week. It is not. No, I'm very careful with that. And this is the second time. Well, I like baked apples, and I just wish we had it every day. Some people have no taste.
Would you like to go down to the craft shop this afternoon, dear?
Yes, that might be nice.
I'll take you there. They give us all the materials, and then they sell the things we make, and we get 2/3 of the money. We'll go down there after we've had a little rest. A penny for your thoughts, dear.
Oh, I was thinking about my daughter.
Did she bring you here today?
Yes. She said she'd come back and visit me every day, but it seems so long till tomorrow.
Mrs. Turner, please don't mind my saying this, but you mustn't be disappointed if she doesn't visit you every day.
But she said she would. Lois is a good girl.
I'm sure she is. But she's young, and young people are so busy. My son only visits me once a week.
Once a week?
Yes.
Oh, I think that's terrible.
Oh, I'm glad to see him when he comes, and I know he's glad to see me.
I can't care very much if he only comes once a week.
Oh, we have a good time. We sit in the canteen and have tea, and if it's a nice day, we go out walking. It makes me so proud when he takes me out walking.
Children these days don't care anything about their parents.
Oh, I don't know, dear. I think they just forget. You see, they're all we have, and we're not all they have. Is this a picture of your husband here?
Yes.
My, he was a handsome man.
He was a wonderful man. He was the most wonderful man.
I know, dear. My Robert's been gone 8 years, and yet every time I think of him, he was such a fine person. And he always worked so hard. He worried about me. He was afraid there wouldn't be enough money left to take care of me after he'd gone. He was right. There wasn't.
How can you take things so calmly?
Oh, don't really, you know, dear.
When George died and I'd paid the funeral expenses, there was hardly anything left. The government pension. And how can you live on $40 a month? For a while, everything was fine at my daughter's. And then she made me come here.
You mustn't be too hard on her.
Why not? I'm her mother and she's left me all alone.
Alone? Well, now, that's not quite true, you know. If you think about it...
I don't want to think about it. I've thought of nothing else ever since she and her husband forced me to come here. Don't want to think about it anymore.
That's the way you feel about it.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Godfrey. Mrs. Godfrey.
Oh, Mrs. Turner, come along. It's time for your medical examination now. I'll take you down to the doctor's office. Come along.
Well, Mrs. Turner, you're in excellent shape.
My arthritis is very bad.
You have a touch of arthritis, but it shouldn't give you any trouble, not for a long while yet.
It's very bad. And I've got a terrible pain in my stomach. If the pain gets worse, I think I may have to go to hospital.
We have an excellent infirmary here, you know.
Oh,
You're feeling just a little bit lonely, aren't you?
yes.
You'll make friends soon.
I don't want any friends. I don't want to stay here at all.
Well, maybe you'll feel better in time.
I don't think so.
Well, if the pain in your stomach gets any worse, let me know, and I'll give you something to ease it.
Thank you, Doctor. Mrs. Godfrey,
I've been waiting for you, dear. Would you like to come down to the craft shop now?
you're not still angry.
At what?
I'm sorry for the way I acted upstairs.
Now, you just don't think any more about it. What's the world coming to if two friends can't have a little spat now and then?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Godfrey. How are you today?
This is Mrs. Turner.
I'm so happy to meet you, Mrs. Turner. I'm sure you'll find something interesting to do. We make all sorts of things, you know. Toys, dolls, teddy bears, just about everything.
Mrs. Godfrey tells me you sell them.
Oh, I told her that we get 2/3 of the money from the sales.
That's quite right. Oh, Mrs. Smith, I've done it again. I don't know. It seems awful hard for me to keep my mind in my work today. For some reason.
For some reason?
Say, would you ladies like to go down to the canteen for a cup of tea?
Mrs. Turner?
Yes, I'd like to. Well, just a minute till I fix this poor rabbit, then we'll go.
My, I do like a cup of tea in the afternoon. Sort of gives you a lift.
Say, did I hear that Mrs. Green died last night?
Yes, poor soul. She'd been ailing a long time. Wasn't very old, though. She only turned 70 last month.
Well, she was sick. It's a blessing she went that way in her sleep. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, what's the matter, Mrs. Gary?
Nothing at all. Will you ladies excuse me? It's been awfully nice having tea with you. Will you excuse me, please?
Why, certainly.
Is that her gentleman friend?
That's her gentleman friend. I wonder how she managed to talk him out of his afternoon tea.
Mrs. Godfrey.
Yes, dear. You may as well call me Emily. All my friends do.
Oh, my name's Martha. Emily, what happens to you when you die in this place?
Why do you ask, dear?
I'd just like to know.
Well, if you have a family, they look after the funeral. If not, the lodge takes care of it.
Well, I'd hate to have no family at my funeral.
Well, so would I, but I'm not ready to worry about that yet.
I can't help thinking about it. I'm not getting any younger, you know.
You're as old as you feel. Look at Mrs. Gary.
Till a few months ago, I didn't feel old, but now I...
Can I sit down with you, ladies?
Why, Mr. Dobbs, of course you can. Mrs. Turner, this is Mr. Dobbs.
How do you do?
How do you do? He used to be a sailor on one of our lake steamers.
Pardon me, madam. I wasn't a sailor. I was captain. Had my own ship for 22 years, but that is a long time.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Dobbs. I should have remembered you were a captain.
Are you ladies going to the movies tonight?
Why, that's right. We do have a movie. Yes, I'll be going. How about you, Mrs. Turner?
It's a pretty good movie.
Guess I'll have to go then, won't I?
Go away. I'll just sit here with you for a while.
Please go away.
It's better if you have someone with you when you're feeling like that. I know.
How would you know?
Don't you think I've ever cried? You know, I've been thinking about that movie we saw tonight. It's funny, isn't it, how most movies are bad, sort of not true to life, and then all of a sudden there's a bit that's so true you just know it happened. Like that scene when the man and woman were talking about the difficulties in their marriage. Robert and I had our times like that. It wasn't all smooth, but mostly it was pretty.
I miss George so much, I even miss the arguments we had.
I know. That's the worst of getting old. You miss so many people. Husband, friends. You look back. Sometimes it's pleasant to remember, but too often it hurts.
Sometimes I wonder whether it's worth getting old.
Yes, you do wonder. When I first came in here, I wanted to die.
You did?
Most people do. After all, you don't come to a home for the aged unless you've had some sort of trouble. Not enough money, sickness, no one to look after you.
When I came in here today, I wanted to die. I wanted it more than anything in the world. I still want it.
The whole of the first month I was here, I felt like that. I'd always had a place of my own where I could be private. And then to come here and have to wash and sleep and eat and live with a whole lot of other people, it was just too much. And I felt so useless.
My daughter wouldn't let me help her in the house. I wanted to. She kept putting me off.
That's the first thing that makes you feel old. I mean, when you feel you're not needed anymore.
Sometimes I get the feeling no one cares whether I live or die.
Most people at the lodge do. At first. Some of them still do. They're sorry for themselves. Well, maybe they have reason to. But I can tell you this, Martha. I found a new life here. I never thought I would. But I did.
But it won't happen to me.
Oh, maybe not. If it doesn't, you're unlucky. But there are enough things to do here so you don't have to sit around and feel useless. And there are people who can be your friends. You have one now you didn't have before. There'll probably be others.
You've been very kind. So nice to have someone who understands things.
I couldn't understand if some of the same things hadn't happened to me.
Oh, I feel better now. Maybe I'll go back to bed.
I thought maybe I'd go downtown tomorrow and have a look what's in the stores. Would you like to come along?
Oh, I don't know. My daughter said she was coming.
Call her up and tell her you'll be busy. Ask her to come the next day.
Yes. Yes, I could do that, couldn't I?